The Plank hitbox is one of the 6 hitboxes available in Rocket League, well known for its low profile and signature use in the earlier stages of the Rocket League Pro scene. This unique hitbox has since fallen by the wayside. But why did this former powerhouse fall out of favour? Welcome to Non-Meta, and today we'll be talking about the Plank. Like most of the hitbox types available today, the hitbox started out its life in the form of a single vehicle, the 2016 Batmobile. Despite being late to the early pro scene, it did appear just in time for the first ever RLCS in 2016, but didn't really see much use until a bit later. Its most notable use was by Italian pro player Cooksir97. Most of the popularity of this vehicle can be attributed to Cooksir, thanks to his now iconic pinch shots.
Squishy pinched off the ceiling. Oh, and a great pinch to
He did it! He did it!
The Cooksir pinch! The man is a legend!
At the time, scoring with a pinch was one of the most mechanically impressive feats you could achieve, owing to the precision and timing required to get it right. Even today, it's a fairly uncommon move. Most modern pinches are simply utility to quickly and effectively send the ball away. But thanks to Cooksir, it's hard not to imagine scoring a pinch without anything else but the Batmobile. Once standardization was introduced, the Batmobile was chosen as a base for a new hitbox, owing to its unique profile and popularity. However, naming a hitbox category after a licensed product is a bit of a legal grey area, so the category became known as the Plank hitbox. Unfortunately, this Plank hitbox type would face a bit of an uphill battle right from the get-go for several reasons. The star of the category, the 2016 Batmobile, was a paid DLC car. Even though at the time DLC cars were cheaper than air, it was still a barrier to entry that would prevent it from becoming a universal vehicle. Other cars in the category, while varied, were either paid DLC or Rocket Pass cars, or simply not that visually appealing. It was mostly both, which meant none of these cars had the potential of becoming even potentially meta. For a few years, the other Plank cars weren't even mechanically identical to the Batmobile, in a sense making the Batmobile its own sub-hitbox. Eventually they were all aligned, but such variations and modifiers made it a very difficult choice to stick with. It also became clear as time marched on that its position as an increasingly unpopular car choice, mostly due to these previous points, made it a bit of a risky and unproductive choice for Psyonix to add to. Future editions would instead be lost to more popular hitboxes, such as the Octane and Dominus. Even hitboxes that make total sense for the Plank, such as the purpose-made flat Formula 1 cars, were lost to other hitboxes. There was seemingly an attempt at producing an Octane equivalent in the Plank in 2019, in the Sentinel. However, it's a little too exotic for wide adoption, and unfortunately was also a paid-for vehicle. It would be wrong to deny the shortcomings of the hitbox as well. Due to its very short height and flatter angle, it's a bit of an underdog when it comes to 50s, especially in the wrong hands. The Plank would often lose out to taller hitboxes, which is all of them. It's also notably harder to demo someone with due to its lack of verticality, but that does work both ways, which can be beneficial for an anti-demo playstyle. Its low level does make it well suited to powerful plays off the ball. Its shots, flicks and diagonal dodges are well suited to this shape of vehicle. It also has one of the largest cross sections from above, which makes it a very strong defender as well. Where the car does shine brightest, however, is in the 1v1 scene. Well, that's what I've been told anyway. I really hate ones. Even though it's a bit of an underdog on the 50 side, its low stature and large surface area made it the premier flick machine. Often pro players who main other hitbox types would switch over to the Plank for its flick potential. However, if you rely heavily on strong 50s games, you're going to be facing a bit of an uphill battle, especially when you're up against the best of the best. So not for everyone really, but certainly worth trying for some, particularly those who favour a clean, refined game. As a certified Plank main myself, it's a shame to see it get snubbed so broadly. It's a really unique hitbox that can accommodate many playstyles. But unfortunately, the hitbox category doesn't really have an available equivalent to the Octane or Dominus. Overall, a potentially powerful meta contender, denied by accessibility. Could we see that change in the future? I find it unlikely. The current Octane meta is deep-seated and very unlikely to budge, but it'll always be nice to see it prop up in a pro game every once in a while. Thanks for watching. This is the third installment of the non-meta series. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos about the Merc and graphical settings, check out the non-meta playlist. I'd like to thank Josh for supporting me on Patreon. The Patreon was recently relaunched, so if you're interested in supporting the channel and future videos, please check the link in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.